Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name's Ruby. I live in New York City and I basically just produce a ton of different lifestyle content, beauty videos, health and wellness, fitness, vlogs. So if any of those seem like things that you enjoy, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Our next goal for the channel is to hit 6K, hopefully by the end of August. We are seriously getting so close and I post new videos 3 times a week, so there's always new content to binge. This has definitely been one of my most requested videos, at least for the last month or so, and so I'm finally getting around to filming it. I've actually wanted to film it for a while, but I wanted to make sure that I got all of my thoughts together. So today we are going to be reviewing my Dyson Airwrap and talking about, is this hefty price tag of a product really worth it still in 2021? I actually just washed my hair and styled it with my Dyson today. I wanted my hair to look fresh and just show you guys how I've typically been wearing my hair when styling it with my Dyson. This review is not going to have a tutorial in it, but I have 2 different tutorials coming your way with the Dyson, and I'm also going to probably start incorporating some videos on my TikTok using this as well, so be sure to go follow me on there. I post daily content on there. But we're going to be talking about everything, all of my thoughts. I'm going to be going through each of the attachments, telling you guys what I use them for, what my favorite ones are. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this. The first thing that I want to talk about is why I finally decided to bite the bullet and purchase this, because I know that this is definitely an investment. It was not a spur of the moment purchase for me. I pretty much style my hair every single day. I use some form of heat on it every single day, whether that's like blow drying it using a straightener, a curling wand, and obviously that is not the best thing for your hair. So I had been thinking about purchasing this product for honestly like about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. I've heard it's great, especially if you like to use heat on your hair every single day, because it isn't nearly as damaging as like your typical hot tools. And especially after like 6-8 months ago when I finally cut some curtain bangs, obviously I've still kept them. I absolutely love the look and the style on myself, but those are definitely things that you have to kind of like touch up every single day. And I just didn't feel great about using a flat iron like over and over every single day on those pieces. So it was just kind of like the culmination of a lot of things. I had thought about it for a while, and then my birthday was coming up. I had some credit card points that I could use, so that's how I ended up picking this up in June of this year. I would definitely say that this product is not for everybody. Not everybody needs this product. If you're somebody who does a lot of heatless hairstyles, then maybe wait on this. But if you are interested, I would still like watch a couple reviews like I did, really sit and think on this product, because like I said, it is a very, very hefty price tag. Speaking of which, let's break that down, and also let's talk about where I picked up mine, because for the longest time you could not find the Dyson Airwrap anywhere. It was sold out literally at every single location. So the Dyson Airwrap currently retails for $549.99, so with tax you're looking at almost $600, which is why again I waited until I had some credit card points to trade in to get a pretty substantial amount taken off of that total price. When I purchased mine, the Dyson Airwrap was sold out on the Dyson website, Sephora, and Ulta, and so I randomly checked Best Buy. I wasn't sure if they sold the Dyson Airwrap, but I knew that they sold other Dyson products, and they had a ton in stock, both available to pick up in store and purchase online. So that's where I got mine. If you're interested in purchasing one anytime soon and like Sephora and Ulta are sold out, I would recommend checking out Best Buy. I'll leave links down below for a couple different places that you can typically find these. So I picked this up in June. I was seriously so excited when this arrived. I felt like it was Christmas, and I couldn't wait to start using it, because also I had heard that there's quite a learning curve with this product. However, I'm just gonna be totally honest, at least for me, this was super easy to learn how to use, and maybe that's because before I got mine in the mail, I watched a ton of tutorials on both TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I feel like because I had my eye on this thing for like over 1 year, I had already watched a ton of video content about it. The first couple of times I used this, I will say like the curls weren't perfect, but it looked pretty good. It still gave me that kind of like just left the salon effect, but obviously the more I've used it and the more comfortable I've become with like the various attachments, the even better my hair looks. And you guys have been noticing that as well. I've been getting so many compliments on my hair recently since getting this, so I mean that really means a lot. But yeah, I feel like honestly the hardest attachment for me to learn how to use was the round brush. We'll get to that in a second, but honestly that's because I've never really been good using a round brush. However, this has made it even more easy because it's like the round brush and the blow dryer in one, so you're not having to use like 2 hands with 2 different tools. So now I have the hang of it, but at first it was definitely a little bit of a learning curve. But everything else was like super easy as long as I felt like you just read the directions and took your time with it. So now let's break down the attachments, how I use them, which ones are my favorites, meaning we're finally gonna open this baby up. I've been showing the case a lot, but I haven't been showing the inside. I do love the case that this comes in. It just keeps everything super organized. Obviously not great for travel. Typically for travel, I'll just bring my favorite attachments in my suitcase, but for storing in your home, it's great. All right, so when you open it up, here are all of the attachments that it comes with. You can obviously buy more attachments for your Dyson Airwrap. I know that they have attachments for if you have like longer hair. I would say if you have anything longer than the length that I have now, I would maybe consider purchasing those attachments, but they're up to you. For me, the attachments that the Airwrap comes with are perfect, and I don't really plan on letting my hair grow any longer than this anytime soon. So obviously you get like the main Airwrap. This is the actual like Airwrap tool, and then all the attachments just snap onto the top. So the first one is the blow dryer attachment. I absolutely love this thing. I have the Dyson blow dryer as well, but this is again awesome if you're gonna be traveling. So not much to say about this one. It's necessary because obviously when using the Airwrap, you don't use it on completely wet or completely dry hair, so you do have to dry it a little bit at first. So up next, let's talk about this guy. This is the round brush attachment, and I know that they do have a smaller round brush that you can purchase as well. This is what I use to specifically style my curtain bangs, so these little face framing pieces in the front. Once I understood how to use this, this quickly became one of my favorite attachments because again, like I said, it's so much easier to use than like your typical blow dryer in one hand and round brush in the other. This is doing both of those jobs for you. I think there's a hair in this, which is not cute. I've seen a ton of other people use this to style their entire head of hair, doing like a very sleek salon blowout look. I have a different way that I like to achieve that with this kit. I'll talk about it in a second, but I really do love this attachment. Up next, we have the two attachments that I definitely use the least, but that doesn't mean that they're not great and that somebody else wouldn't use these constantly. When I used to wear my hair straight 24/7, I would have totally reached for these every single day. Now you guys know I prefer more of a wave or a curl to my hair, so I opt for other options. But I believe this is just called the smoothing brush, and then this is the firm smoothing brush. So this one right here, as you can see, has the little like soft balls on the bristles, and this one doesn't. So if you have thicker hair that's harder to manage, I would opt for this one. If you have finer hair, I would go for this one. I've worn my hair straight a couple times with the Dyson Airwrap, and I will say I typically opt for this one all over my hair and then this one in the front and the curtain bangs. You literally just attach either one of these to your Dyson Airwrap and you just brush your hair as if you're just like brushing it with a normal brush that isn't heated, and they work super well. But again, just not the one that I reach for the most. But then we have my two favorites. Let's talk about the barrels that you get. So first you get these like fatter, wider barrels. At first I thought I would love this style because it would give like bigger, bouncier waves, but honestly the effect that this gives is like a salon blowout. It's super sleek with just a little bit of movement in it, so it's not like your standard sleek hairstyle. I really, really, really love these. I will insert the size of this actual barrel here on the screen because I honestly can't remember. I want to say it's like 1.6 or something like that. But if I want something that's looser than obviously what I have today, this is fantastic. And then it also comes with slightly smaller barrels. Obviously, these are what I used to do my hair today, and this is definitely my most reached for attachment. If you have curtain bangs and you want to achieve this look without the round brush, you can totally also use these barrels as well. But I love this size because it gives that perfect kind of just like bouncy wave. It's not super curly unless you choose not to brush it out a ton. And what I love about this size too, as opposed to the fatter barrel, is day 2 curls look fantastic when using this size. So obviously I'm on like freshly washed and styled hair, so the curls are a little bit more like precise, but tomorrow they'll look a little bit beachier. I can put some texturizing spray in my hair. It'll look a little bit more like grungy, but love these. The barrel attachments are definitely my favorite. And speaking of barrel barrels and Dyson Airwrap curls. I had a lot of questions from you guys asking if I found that my curls or the styles that I've done with my hair have like fallen super fast. And honestly, for me personally, I haven't had that issue at all. I could definitely see where you might if you have longer hair and you're not using the longer barrel attachments, or if you're not following the directions properly. So again, in my tutorial on how I get my Dyson curls, I'll definitely go through all of it like much more in depth. But as long as I make sure to like start with like not super wet but also not super dry hair, I make sure to use the Cool Shot Blaster for like 10-15 seconds and finish it off with a good hairspray. And honestly, that's it. They last all day. The only part of my hair that I'll have to touch up the next day are the curtain bangs, and that's like to be expected because I had to do that anyways before getting my Airwrap. But I find that honestly, once I do the curls, I don't really have to worry about like having to do it all over again the next day. And even like that first style, like today, it hardly took me any time at all. Now that I really have my routine, I would say that this took me maybe 15 minutes. So while it's not necessarily saving me like a ton of time as opposed to using a normal curling one, it does save me a few minutes, but I will say the difference in the health of my hair after just a month of using this has been drastic. Every time I use my Airwrap, because honestly I've used it pretty much every single day since getting it, the natural like shine and volume that it gives my hair is just out of this world. It's also just like so much fun to use, which I know sounds silly, but like once you get the hang of it and you know how to use it and you know what looks you like with it, it's just so much fun. Like it's easy, it's something that's different. And I've got to say, although you're not using like a hot tool to like clamp in between your hair, you're just using hot air, you get the same look, honestly, if not better, if I do say so myself. I think those are all the major points that I wanted to mention. So kind of like going back to the main title of this video, do I think the Dyson Airwrap is worth it even in 2021 after this product has been out for quite a few years now? My personal answer for me and my lifestyle and how I like to style my hair, absolutely. However, I am so glad that I thought about it because again, this purchase is not to be taken lightly. It is very, very expensive and it is an investment, but I have truly used this product basically every single day. I love everything about it. For me, the only cons are, yes, it's expensive, and also it is a little louder than I thought it would be, but a little hack for those who have the Airwrap and like myself have noticed that like it makes a little bit of noise. What I'll do is I'll put in my AirPod Pros and I'll just turn on the noise cancellation while I'm drying my hair, and then I can't hear a thing, which is awesome. I actually learned that from TikTok. Even though this product is very expensive, I do think that the versatility you get with it, with all of the different attachments, does make the price at least a little bit more worth it. I've never been somebody who's been amazing at hair. It's very hard. Well, before this, it was very hard for me to achieve that kind of like just got out of the salon look or just went to the dry bar look. And now I feel like I'm kind of a pro at doing my own hair. I'm never not happy with the way that it turns out after using this. All of the attachments are fantastic. I actually even went ahead and purchased the 0.8 barrels, which are like the thinnest ones that they have, just in case I ever wanted something a little bit tighter than this. But do I think the extra attachments are necessary? Honestly, no. Like, they're fun to have if you want to have them, but they're not necessary. I will say, like I said, if your hair is super, super long, that is something that you might want to look into. But all in all, it's safe to say, I love this guy. Truly one of my best purchases of 2021. I took it on my recent trip to LA and Utah and my hair looked fantastic. My family used this, they became obsessed with it. My sister found that it was super easy to use. Even she was like, honestly, there wasn't really a learning curve for me. It was just figuring out like which attachments were for what side of my head. If you've been thinking about this product for a long time, I would definitely encourage you to purchase it. And also just remember that like, if you don't love it, that's okay. I feel like this is such a hyped up product on the internet, but like anything in life, it's not for everybody. So I would recommend buying it, trying it out, and if you don't like it within that return window, like return it. It's okay. I know that Best Buy in particular, I think Best Buy when I bought my Airwrap had like a 90-day money back guarantee. So I just felt like safe in the fact that if I didn't love it, I wasn't losing a ton of money. Also, I would recommend as soon as you get your Airwrap to register it on the Dyson website because it comes with a 2-year warranty. So if anything goes wrong with the actual Airwrap or the attachments, they're able to help you. But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say in today's video. I know that it was a longer one, but I know that you guys wanted a very, very in-depth review. I'm looking at my viewfinder right now and I can tell that we're gonna have a lot of editing to do on this one. But I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you guys learned something and you also just kind of got like my 2 cents on this product. Again, I know that it's been out for a really long time, but I've also been seeing a ton of like sponsored reviews recently. And so, I don't know, I just thought that it would be nice to do an unsponsored review on this years after the product has come out to see like if it's still worth it, if it still lives up to the hype. If you guys did enjoy this, if it was helpful, if you learned something, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and also click that subscribe button down below. Again, we are trying to reach 6K. That is the next goal here for this channel. Be sure to follow me on all of my other social media networks, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse. Check out my Amazon shop. The links for everything are always in the down bar below. I love you guys so much. I hope you all are staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon in my next video. Okay, bye everybody.